Scott, thank you for joining us. We're back to winning ways in the league. I can imagine that's a great feeling. Can I get your reflection on the game first?
Yeah, didn't like the game. Didn't enjoy it at all. I felt that we probably made less passes in the second half, but were better. Believe it or not, I thought we made a lot of passes first half and kind of got captured a lot and trapped, and they pressed really well. We didn't do the right thing, and I felt that we went a little more direct in the second half, but it was needed because of their press. We played down the sides of them a little bit better. So yeah, I didn't like the first half at all. I felt it was end to end. Obviously didn't like the start. Poor goal to give away after 90 seconds. Disappointed with that, but we continued to try and play the right way. I just felt that we didn't do the right things at the right times today, especially in that first half. I thought we played better in the second half with actually not passing it that much, but it was needed.
Yeah, needed, but we obviously got the 3 points. It must be a great feeling because the performances that we've had of late, as we've said many times, haven't been bad ones, and today we've finally been rewarded, haven't we? Yeah,
for sure. We have, and we created quite a bit today as well. Thought there could have been more goals as well. I know we scored 3, but there could have been more. But yeah, really pleased to get back to winning ways.
Danilo Orsi's on top form. Obviously, he's going to take a lot of the plaudits today. It must be a great feeling having a striker, that's really found form now. He's obviously picking up with a few goals, here and there at the start of the season, but he's now really sort of hit form, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's 9, is it? Is it 9 in 16 games, I believe? So good return, right? Great lad, deserves it. Works his absolute socks off every day. I'm really pleased for him, and he's been brilliant. So yeah, really pleased for him.
Jay Williams come back in, was brilliant at centre back. Obviously we've had to move a few things around with injuries. It must be pleasing for you as a manager to know that you can rely on these players to come back in and put in shifts for 90 minutes, even having missed a game for injury.
Yeah, of course. Jay's he's a warrior. He's a tough kid, and I thought he was good today. I thought he played in that central role really well today, alongside Glad's dropping in, and obviously the outside centre halves in Will and Lawrence. I thought we looked solid actually, especially in the second half. I thought first half we were a little open, turned it over a lot, and of course the first goal I was really disappointed with. But their XG would be quite low, I would think. I don't think it'll be anything to write home about, whereas ours will be okay. So pleased with that. But yeah, pleased with Jay.
Thanks, Scott.
Hi Scott, yeah, it felt like quite a scrappy game. There seemed to be a lot of challenges that seemed to go sort of ignored by the referee, and I don't want to get you in any kind of trouble on that, but what were your view on some of the challenges that were let go? It seemed
just horrific, horrific. There was a foul before they scored. We've probably been playing 30 seconds on Adam Campbell. So clear it's untrue, and it's right in front of the linesman, just play on. I thought that was strange, and it kind of carried on throughout the game for me.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want to say too much more than that, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Luca, obviously his first start in the league this year. What were your view on his performance?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I thought he'd done extremely well. We had 2 league debuts today.
Yes.
In Addy and Luca, so it's a big positive for the football club and a big plus for me. As a manager, we want to see players come through and make their league debuts and do well, and I thought they both did really well today.
Yeah, and Addy particularly came on towards the end. Did he do everything you needed him to do when he came on for his short stint?
Yeah, for sure. He worked hard, he made tackles, he passed it nicely. He's a good player. He can play in a lot of positions, play wide left, play wide right, 2 number 10s. He probably plays as a striker. He's got good ability. He'd probably play him as a midfield player. He makes tackles, he runs, he's quick. He's a very good player.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot this week about being soft, letting in soft goals. How frustrating was that first goal today?
Yeah, really frustrating, because we've done a lot of work this week on kind of showing the opposition away from the goal, and you saw it after 90 seconds where he come inside on his stronger foot to shoot. So disappointed with that, and I know the players were as well. But we continued with how we play and try to do the right thing by putting it right, which they did. So, sometimes you're not going to get every action spot on. We're disappointed with it, but we will get better. We will get better because I know the work that we're going to do.
Yeah, and on the flip side, Will Wright, what a strike.
Yeah, great finish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
just found himself in the middle of the pitch somehow, driving towards the goal, and it opened up perfect for him. And he, you know, I always fancied him once I could see that he was going to shoot. You kind of knew that it's not going to be too far away because of the ability that he's got, you know. But unbelievable finish, yeah.
Yeah, and on a slightly lighter note, Ronan Darcy's haircut, what do you think?
I actually think he looks all right.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to get sponsored by Slazenger as he looks like a tennis ball. But no, yeah, I think it looks all right. I think it suits him.
Brilliant, thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Thank you. Scott, you spoke just then about the opposition's XG being lower. I thought it was a really good performance in the second half, particularly at the back. How much of a positive is that now going forward, as you spoke as well on Tuesday, saying you don't want to leak as many goals?
Yeah, really positive. I think that we were disappointed to concede after 90 seconds, you know, after the work we've done this week. But we kind of put it to bed quickly, and we carried on playing our way as best as we could. And I thought defensively in the second half especially, I thought we were a lot better. I thought we were open in the first half, but I don't think we played well first half. I thought we made more passes in the first half than we did the second, but I thought we were better in the second. You know, I think we didn't, because they pressed really well, we didn't play down the sides of them enough for me. We didn't get kind of in behind them and make them, or ask questions of them too many times in the first half, and I felt we did that better in the second half.
Having the trio of Lolos, Orsi and Campbell all starting, especially with the chances you created today, how much of a threat can that be going forward?
It's a big threat. You know, all three of them can score. All three of them can make goals. You know, and off the back of that, you've got, you know, some good players to kind of come on as well. You know, in Ronan Darcy, obviously, Addy can play in them positions as well. You know, we've got Raf missing at the moment through illness. You know, Cam Sawyer can make a difference in them positions as well. You know, Rolsey, obviously, he was due to be part of the squad today, but got injured kind of from training yesterday. So one we missed there. So we've got players who can hurt oppositions in them positions. You know, we've got good numbers in them positions.
Back to winning ways, back-to-back wins as well, including the Cup midweek. How big is that now going into Barrow next week?
It's the best feeling as a manager, and of course all the players and everybody that works hard every day, because there's nothing better than, you know, working towards a game and then coming away with a win. You know, it's everything you work for, especially after the run of form we've had in terms of results. It was important we won the game today. I don't particularly think the performance was great, but wins, you know, at this stage of the season and what's kind of happened in the past is really important.
Brilliant. Cheers, Scott.
Thank you.
Luca, thank you for joining us. We're back to winning ways in the league. It must be a great feeling. Can I get your thoughts after that game?
Yeah, obviously it's great to win the game. That's the aim of football. We've had a few results on the bounce where it's not gone our way. The game was a bit back and forth, but I think we managed it well in the second half and did what we needed to do to get the 3 points and to get the rhythm back. So I think that's a good result to take from a strong Accrington side.
Yeah, and obviously the strikers will get a lot of the praise, but you had some big parts to play in the game, a couple of cracking saves. It must be pleasing for you to, you know, have broken your way into the side and you know put in some good performances.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing goal, so it's my job to try and keep the ball at the goal. Didn't take very long to score, so that was quite disappointing. But no, everyone played their part in today's game. It was a bit of a slug to get the result, but we all played our part.
Yeah, I suppose it's good for you to have that competition. You've obviously had to wait a while to make your league debut for us. It's a really good goalkeeping department that we've got here, isn't it? With yourself, Corey, Rashan and Steve, you know, you all work closely together, and it's good to have that competition, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, every day the standard is good. You know, Corey's been playing. I've been disappointed to not be playing, obviously. But each day I come in and do my best, and like today I've got the opportunity to play, and I just do my best and just see what happens, really.
Yeah, and obviously you have a big part to play in this sort of system. Obviously you're receiving the ball a lot more than a goalkeeper perhaps normally would, you know, with lots of passes out from the back. Is that something that you think you thrive on?
Yeah, I'd like to think I've always been comfortable with the ball. So I've been with the squad for a while now, so I know roughly what the ethos is with the ball, without the ball, so I'm comfortable doing it.
Yeah, just obviously going back to the result, it must, you know, be a good feeling. Obviously 1-1 at half time. You know, what was the message at half time from Scott, you know, to the players? Because we came back out there and we looked really good in that second half.
I think just acknowledging what the game needed, really. I think that they came onto us well in terms of their press and stuff like that. I think our build-up isn't what it could have been. I think we recognised that we could have gone a little bit longer and put pressure on their back line, which eventually, I can't remember how the goals came about, but I think the penalty came about from that, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that worked well, and we managed it well, I think.
Thank you. Hi, Luca. Yeah, so you referenced it again, early goal. How into your league debut, how hard is it to sort of suddenly switch back on after that? Is it quite hard to sort of that early blow? Or?
Well, letting the goal in at any point is annoying to me and to the team. So obviously, immediately is not ideal. I think our record at home is quite strong. So I think that, as you see, we scored 3 goals. I think our scoring rate is good most games. I think we need to just sort of keep it from going from 2 to 3 goals against, which we did. You know, it stayed at 3-1. So in terms of that, I think we did well to keep them out again.
Yeah, and playing in front of the crowd of nearly 3,000 and that were they getting behind you? How much did you enjoy that?
No, it's brilliant. Obviously, I was disappointed they switched the halves. I think
Yes,
to begin with,
yeah.
which is kind of strange. But no, towards the end, we can really feel the Crawley fans get behind us. I think that's what drove us to go and get the other 2 goals.
Yeah, and looking at this Crawley squad, how good is it from your point of view? I mean, is that everybody's battling for positions? Obviously, you and Corey are battling for that number 1. There's lots of that throughout all the positions in the squad, isn't there?
Well, I think if you watch all the games that we play in terms of all the cup games, whether that's like the Papa Johns or the league or whatever, the standard is always really high. Like we played Charlton, a League One team, Exeter and someone else, but we played really well in all those games, and most of the time the sides are quite chop and change, but the ethos is the same no matter who plays. So I think it's a great side in that respect.
Yeah, and for you, Scott Lindsey, what has he done for your game, and how is he helping you develop as a player, do you think?
Well, I think he gives every player the confidence to do what they're good at and to play football, really, and everyone wants, including the goalkeepers, like to play football. You know, it's enjoyable first and foremost, and he gives us the confidence to go and do that on the pitch, which, you know, not everyone does. Everyone's really enjoying, you know, that style of play.
Brilliant. Yes, yeah.
Hi, you're right.
All right.
You got the nod today, but obviously there's good competition between you and Corey. What's your relationship like with him?
Corey and I have got a great relationship. If you were to watch the sessions day in, day out, you know, there's good banter, there's good standards pushing each other. I think we've got a pretty good group, you know, better than most, I reckon, in the goalkeeping department in terms of standard, and, you know, Corey's a great goalkeeper, so I think you can see the way he plays is very good. So, you know, the standard in training is very good, and that can only be good for both of us, really.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Luca, as we sort of mentioned, when you were called into action, wasn't too many times, but you made some cracking saves. How much confidence does that sort of fill you as a goalkeeper, especially going into a tough game next week against Barrow?
Yeah, I like to make saves. You know, it's enjoyable to make a save. I made some saves against Notts County, which I was pleased with. So I came into this game with confidence. Obviously, they were on. Not sure they were on top, but they had some pressure coming towards us in the first half. So had to be alert from the first minute or 2 minutes, whatever it was. So yeah, I try and take each action as it comes and then deal with the next one.
You mentioned how the game was a little bit sluggish, but you still came out on top. How crucial is it? Okay, last few league games, played really well, but haven't quite got the result. It's good that it went your way today. So how crucial was it that you can just slug or grind out a result?
Yeah, I think, well, if you watch the start of the season, we played, and we still do play, unbelievable football. And sometimes games need different approaches, and this one was one of those games, and we've shown that we can do both sides of the game. You know, we can, when it needs, you know, a sort of ugly-ish way to win, we do it, and we kept them at bay, and we managed to get the 3 goals. We like to score 3 goals and stuff like that, so, you know, we did well in that respect.
Brilliant. Cheers, Luca. Thank you.